here with Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call, June 15th, 2020, Monday. You know, we think of the word ready, and a lot of us will, you get the question asked in a certain situation or something, and you say that, are you ready? You ask yourself, are you ready? You ready for this? Is that an expectation when we say we're ready for something? Or do we ever know if we're really ready for anything? And ready is kind of an affirmation to ourselves of confidence. Apprehension comes in when you're in a position where you think you're ready for something, that I'm as ready as I'll ever be. You've heard that one. Get ready. That's another one. Get ready for this. And some of us will get fearful, stressed out, anxiety, hurriedness. It's like you're in a plane, and for the first time ever, you're going to do a parachute jump. Okay, you're about 10,000 feet up, and you've never done it before, so you just say, "What the heck? I'm going to give this a shot." And you have your adrenaline and heart and everything, and you start getting a little bit of fear, apprehension. And then you have the ego mind does come in on some people. I said some people will just say, "Oh, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it." And then some people just have a panic attack and don't do it. And others just say, "What the heck?" and they just jump out there. Usually they have a coach that rides on top of them, so that they really don't have anything to worry about. But then there's the others who'll just jump out for the first time, never done it before. It's similar to many things that are showing themselves to us right now. Are we truly ready for this massive shift? And what I talk about is you're talking about craziness, and you're talking about seeing things, or hearing things that are a lot of propaganda. And we all know what propaganda is. It is information that is false, but it is sent psychologically affect those who witness it so that they believe it, or they give it credence or energy or frequency to turn it into a reality. This is the only way on this planet that anything can happen in a derogatory direction, is if we give it enough energy to make it so. So it's like, you watch and view things. I've talked about this several times. But the temptation to become emotionally inset with it is grand. It's great. And when we talk about being withdrawn from the situation so that you can, and it's separated, so you stand outside and you don't participate in it, because if you step into it, emotionality sets in. Heart, ego, mind connects to dictates to the heart, mind, and then you get emotional, irritated, stressed, worried, fearful. All of these things come flooding in. It's when we talk to people and say, "Can you be a watcher of something?" And they say, "Oh yeah, I can be a watcher of something. I can be not engage it or anything." So you can watch it, and you can watch it, but not become emotionally involved with it. Oh yeah, I can do that. But then when you present that, they are not able to do that because it affects them emotionally, which means that they're still connected to that frequency. So you really haven't left it. You're not watching it. Even though you think you are, you're still entrenched with it. And it's not a bad thing. It's just when you ask yourself, am I really watching, or am I still susceptible to becoming emotionally connected with what I view? And it's a crucial part of our transition as a species, as a civilization. And it is, in order for something new to come in, you have to let go of the old for that to happen. And when you let go of the old, and I mean completely, where the ego mind tricks you and saying, okay, you're done, you won't engage with this, you won't become emotional about it, but yet you do. So you're tricked into believing that you're just the watcher of certain activities, certain things that reveal themselves to you. And when we do step into that, we become manipulated, say. We succumb to the lower frequency. And the lower frequency basically is based on fear. And everything on this planet that's been able to trick this civilization into situations like wars, world wars, religious, skin color, have all been connected to fear. That's basically it. And fear begets anger, and then anger begets confusion, and then conflict, and then you end up seeing people being harmed. You see a lot of things that take place from all of that low frequency. And it's a catalyst. It's like a little switch that when we become involved in something that we know does not serve any greater good of high frequency, why would we engage it? Seriously, why would we even engage it? Now, obviously, when you're dealing with bicameral influence, once you understand what bicameral is, and once you understand how easy it is to manipulate the civilization of this planet, and it has been for literally hundreds of thousands of years, you begin to understand why today, in this now, that it is still very easy to manipulate civilization of this planet, the surface population. The reason it is because they are in left and right brain. They do not understand what it is to be consciously aware. Consciously aware means is that you don't participate in things that would beget harm to oneself or others. You wouldn't do it. There's no reason for it. Okay? But if you are controlled from a bicamerality, where you literally are looking to be led, looking to be saved, looking to be guided, then it's easy to manipulate a civilization into fear, mongering, distrust, anger, frustration. And I think everyone on this call knows, is that we all are susceptible to being seduced into those low frequencies. And at first we don't think anything of it, because we don't think it's really any big deal. But then as we become more involved with it, we start to realize is that, holy cow, I've really stepped into a real vat of goop. And it's moving forward. It's always about moving forward. If we stutter step, or we stay in one place too long in this emotionality and this old vibrational frequency, we become stuck in it again. So it's not running away from it. We have experienced it. Why would we continually desire to experience it over and over again? It makes no sense. So, it's like you cut yourself knowingly once on your arm and it bleeds. Why would you cut yourself again? You've had the experience. You don't care to have it again. You know what it is. You know what it does. And that's it. So in this civilization, you have those who are, and the best way to describe it is ascending, which means you're moving out of a certain frequency that has been heavy and has been counterproductive for our civilization to advance. If you keep a civilization in a bicameral mode, of really not being able to lead itself, govern itself, guide itself, or think for itself, you pretty much have your way with billions of people on the planet. You have your way. You can do anything you want. And the civilization just goes with it because they're so used to being led, unfortunately, by parasitical leaders. So it's for us to look at this from a external perspective. We've already been in it. We've already, interacted with it for a very, very long time. We don't care to anymore. This is how our vibrational frequency continues to go up. It's one of the main applications of these meditations every day. Increase the vibrational frequency across the planet so that the civilization begins to move forward. It really hasn't moved forward in a very long time. So it's been stagnated, so to speak. And now it's moving. We're moving forward. We're moving into higher velocity of higher frequencies, which means that things are shifting and changing, which means that all of the things that we're seeing have always been. They're just now being revealed. And it's so important for each of us to take the perspective from an externalist point of view. Okay? We're outside of it. We're not inside of it anymore. And that's a toughie to call on ourselves because we are so susceptible to hang on to the body of the physical life. So this is why we have so much fear. It's the fear of leaving the body if some harm comes or what's going to doom and gloom. And because we're not in balance with our God and our spirituality of our God's existence within this physical construct, this form that we're in. And that's why so many of us have fear, all right? If we were able to embrace the gods that we are, okay, which is the pure consciousness, and we are able to embrace wholly, fully, head to toe, inside and out, that we are immortal, that which is housed in these bodies is immortal. Never ends. Okay, but we haven't turned that corner quite yet that we're really in sync with that. Okay? It's no different than this. If you lived in a home or you were renting a place, and then one day you would leave it, okay? Now, you wouldn't go into forlornment or, great depression and anxiety. Yeah, you'd say, okay, it was nice here. I like being here. And then you move forward into something new. But you know you're going to move forward into something new. You just don't know what it is yet. It's the same with us now. We are not interested in the old existence. It's old, dank. It's goopy and it really doesn't have any light to it. So we move forward and away and out of it. We move out and away. And we don't look back. So this whole process for us is engaged now. So it's challenging us of our old, almost primordial ways of existence where at one time we were all bicameral. Okay? So it's not unusual for the civilization to revert to bicameralism even though it's not bicameral, with certain parasitical leaders and directing them, mysticism and everything else, directing them in certain directions. But it is up to us. Because you've heard me say this many times before. It isn't about anything around you or outside of you. It's all about what's in you. It's all about you. People say, well, that's really selfish. Yeah, it's a bit selfish, okay? Because we don't pay enough attention to ourselves. And we don't embrace ourselves with deep eternal love and gratitude 24/7. And that's what's needed during this transition. Because when I talk about the God walking with you, that's literal. All right? Your pure consciousness walks with you, the God. And there's nothing that can distract you. from your forward motion into higher frequencies of deep eternal love, gratitude, and joy, and bliss, and happiness, and peace. There's nothing that can deter you. Why would you still play in a pool of mud and goop when you've already played there and you knew it wasn't pleasant at all? Why would you go back into it? It's habit. So we check ourselves. You say, I have no reason to go there. Been there. It's the old, I've been there, done that, and experienced it, and I really don't care to engage it again. So what we're seeing, what you're seeing with your eyes and what you're hearing with your ears is the last vestiges of a dark control of this planet that has been in place for a very long time. And the light, more light that we bathe that dark frequency in, the more it's going to be revealed. Okay? The more it's going to show itself. Now, obviously, for a very long time, we did not know this. Some of us knew a lot of it, but it was kind of just slithering under the surface. But now, since there is no protection for those anymore, and they're revealed as the true frequencies that they are, that's a good thing. So it's revealed. And so the truth shall be revealed. And the truth is being revealed. And so the light will fill the dark. Light is filling the darkness. The darkness is the opportunity for the light to come in, not the opposite. The darkness is the opportunity of the light to come in and flood, and it is doing. So we will see a lot of activity, and you choose to either watch it and not care to engage it. So it's tough. That's a tricky one, because we're so used to the ego mind dictating to our heart mind that we become emotional and distraught about these frequencies. The very thing that we have left entices us back in through emotionality. The emotion is dictated by the ego mind to the heart mind. The heart mind is the center of emotion. It is very powerful. It's much more powerful than the ego mind. But the point is that if the ego mind is dictating to the heart mind, it's going to be very easy for you to fall into the emotionality of what is occurring. And staying with yourself, embracing the God that you are, and beginning to learn more and more of who and what you are is imperative during the transition. And we are in a massive transition on this planet. All right? Those of us who have increased our frequencies to fifth dimensional frequency are watching things and not getting upset about them. Does that make us any better than those that aren't? No, not at all. It just is a choice, is all it is. It is it's when we choose to do this. I choose to do this. Okay? And for those, some people are being tricked because they think their God is guiding them. And it is not their God. It is their ego mind. And the ego mind is very crafty, very tricky, and it's been with us forever. It's always there. And so when we think, I don't know if my God wants me to do that, see, it's the ego mind that is basically blocking you from something. And so we become aware of that. And as you become aware of it, then you're able to identify it. You know the difference between those frequencies, between the ego mind and the heart mind. You know what they are. You know how they feel. So we're in this major transition, and you ask yourself what it is that you believe, without expectation and without attachment, what is it that you believe? That everything is shifting and the light is overtaking the dark. Now, does that mean that you will hear a choir of angels and harp music? No. It means that the dark will fight to the last breath of its existence, as if it is in command and in control forever. We must know the difference between the dark and the light. And we must know the balance between the two of them. When something becomes imbalanced, such as the dark having too much influence over the light, we get wars and conflicts and destruction, hatred and anger and prejudice. But when we have balance and the light overtakes the dark, then we have peace and joy and bliss and prosperity and happiness and higher frequency, higher existence. This is what we're experiencing. You know, you could be in low frequency and not even know it for generations, okay, because everything is covered so well. It's airbrushed, so to speak, so there doesn't seem to be any flaws or dents or anything that would give you alarm to think that it wasn't just regular. So we had on this planet dark, light to dark, okay? That sequence, it took place for a very long time. We had light to dark. Now, it is dark to light. There is always a balance, and there always will be a balance. It is part of the universal law of pure consciousness. So in this case here on this planet, we are experiencing dark turning to light. So the light influences the dark to the point where the light is the strong influence. And so peace, prosperity, joy, abundance, great wealth, opportunities, riches, immortality, great technologies. That is the light overtaking the dark. And we're witnessing that. So you're witnessing a massive struggle of the dark trying to sustain itself, which is normal. Any frequency tries to sustain itself in fear of being extinguished. So we're witnessing that. Now, since there really isn't an ending or a beginning, because pure consciousness has shifted that, then we look at it as a transition into a higher existence. So, leaving the dark into the light. And that's just meditation. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is relax our bodies. Naturally. So we relax the body. We let go of anything that we're gripping onto. We let it go. We let go of any stress, fear, anxiety, frustration, anything that is keeping us from being free, flowing, with ease, with love, with joy. Let it go, and the body will respond. You can always tell if you're carrying stress in the body, and stress is the number one destroyer of these bodies. On this planet, stress is the number one destroyer of the bodies we are in. It is the catalyst to everything else that comes into the body. So if you stand in front of the mirror anytime in the morning and night, in the middle of the day, and then say, drop your shoulders, I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, your shoulder's going to drop. And to you, you think that you're really relaxed and everything. So these are just things that we look for with our bodies. Because because as time progresses, you will become an expert of your body. And I'm a true expert. You will know its function. You will know its cell structure. You will know everything about it inside and out. You will not guess. You will know. So it will, body relax. The body will relax. So as you relax your body and let everything fall off that doesn't serve you a greater good or a higher purpose and a high frequency, then relax it and just be. And as you do that, what do? We move into the now. The now is our saving grace. It always has been. Why do you think there's so many distractions thrown at us, second to second, minute to minute, hour to hour, day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year? Why is that? Keeps us from being in the now so that we can create things outside of the now by intent. So in the now, we're only focused on the moment to moment, the space between heartbeats, moment to moment. Whatever it may be that we're doing in the moment, we're focused on that moment. What does that do? You can experience it for yourself if you haven't already several times. It stills the chatter, the incessant flow of thoughts, most of which aren't even ours. And it goes silent when you're in the now, because guess what? You're not in the past and you're not in the future, you're just in that now. You might be brushing your hair and all you're doing is focused in the moment of brushing your hair. Feeling your hand and the brush go through the hair and to the scalp and the feeling of that. That may sound strange to people, but that's the moment, the now. And it begins to focus us on how the great gratitude that we really are, because we're so focused on the now that we can appreciate every little thing or every big thing, depending on what is happening the now. Now, some of us will become so seduced into the past and reminiscing years and years of old experience, and that's it. It's dead. It's over. It's gone. And then we get so seduced by it that we will take it into a future that doesn't exist, and we will create a future from our past and relive the past in that future. That's why the now is so important and is so powerful. And in the now, we create our future. In each moment, it forms our future. It's well thought about. It's in deep, great appreciation and gratitude. It is in deep, eternal love. This is where we learn about ourselves. It is in the now. Only the now. And it's tempting to not be in the now for all of us. It's tempting to go into the future, reminisce in the past. Leave the now alone, when it's actually all we have. So we relax the body, we move into the now, we still the mind, we still the ego mind, the subconscious mind, and the noise is gone. And look at how simple that is. When you actually do engage it, and all you're doing, that's why all the noise that we receive goes away. And how you become lighter, freer. And how you let go of expectation. And how your belief shifts. And your viewpoint of you changes. relax the body, and we move into the now, we then want to breathe. We want to breath in through our nose and breath out through our mouth. Breathing brings us completely to the now. It is the now. It always will be the now. So visualize this. When you're breathing in, you're breathing in divine positive energy. Very powerful frequency. And picture it as you breath in, as you focus and you breath in the now, in the very now moment. You breath in, you literally pull in this divine positive energy very easily. And then you visualize this breath, this energy, this frequency, starting through your root chakra, your red wheel of light, the I am, energy, stability, comfort, safety. And then you move it through the root chakra into the orange wheel of light, sacral chakra. And this is the sexuality, pleasure, sociability, I feel. And then we continue to move the breath up through the yellow wheel of light, the solar plexus chakra. This is the strength, the personality, the power, the determination, I do. And then we literally watch and visualize it coming up through the heart chakra, the green wheel of light, the acceptance, love, compassion, sincerity, I love. We watch it as we move it through the throat chakra, the blue wheel of light, communication, expression, creativity, inspiration, I talk. And then we move it through the third eye chakra, intuition, lucidity, meditation, trust, I see, violet wheel of light. Then we move it into the purple wheel of light, the crown chakra, knowledge, consciousness, fulfillment, spirituality, I understand. Now, as you bring that through these etherical energies, these spiritual wheels of light that connect the etherical to your physical body, and you feel this power, this frequency, and you pull it into the back of your head, and for a brief moment you hold it. I am light, I am love, I am. You hold it briefly. As you do this, you compress it into pure liquid frequency, pure energy of the highest of the divine, and you release it over the pineal gland. And the pineal gland starts to come alive and expand. Now, pineal gland is like a rosebud. It looks like nothing when you see it, but only when it becomes alive, you begin to appreciate it. And each breath that you bring up through these center points, these wheels of lights, these chakras that connect your physical body to the spiritual, to the etherical, and vice versa, it's very powerful. You release it onto the pineal, and the rose begins to blossom and bloom. And the petals are immortal, so it doesn't disintegrate or, die and wither. And as it does this, this rose blooms out. The pineal gland becomes fully functional. Each time you release this pure liquid frequency onto the pineal gland, it's very important for us while we're in these bodies. It is our gateway to the particles of existence. It is our gateway to pure consciousness. It is our gateway to beyond. So we would like it to be fully functional while we're in these bodies. And so it is, so it shall be. You can feel this powerful energy as you do it. And you can experience it and visualize it. Now we also, as we breath out, we know that we're met with the ego mind. And the ego mind is very, very crafty. And it will do everything it can to manipulate us and to make us think, well, this is a stupid exercise, you shouldn't do it, it won't accomplish anything. That's the ego mind. But you're aware, and you very carefully and lovingly say, ego mind, you're not in charge, here I am, so please take a seat. And ego mind will take a seat. And the more you do that, the more that ego mind will end up taking a seat eventually. It will not be. And we also understand that we are one. We are the God, the pure consciousness. We are the love. We are the one. We're merged with the heart mind and the God, pure consciousness. And we operate through the heart mind. We're spectators of this massive shift. We are the light that is removed the dark. This is the change of this planet from dark to light. We're also consciously aware that we are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. And we have others with us because we're here gathered in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of the circle of light, in this massive gathering to assist with the shift. Shine our light on all the darkness, endlessly. So we have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. They've been around since the beginning. There's trillions of them. They're consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. Now, we don't see them like we see ourselves because they vibrate at a different frequency. They've been assisting us for eons, so have we been assisting them. We have the Ascended Masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, many, many, many more. They are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. Now, they are beings who have ascended out of physical form into God form, pure conscious form that they hold. We are pure consciousness that has ascended into body to experience the physical. Are they any higher or better than us? No. We're all one. We are different expressions of the one, of the God, the pure consciousness. They've been assisting us for a very long time as we've been assisting them for a very long time. So we gather here, and we immediately begin to call all of the parts of pure consciousness, all that we can, to everywhere. We call upon all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this gathering, in this now, in this meditation, in this forming of the circle of light. And they come in the gugaplexes. One gigaplex fills this universe. They come in the trillions from every direction. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, Agartha, beneath Earth, many, many different civilizations and species. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light, in this gathering. And they come in the billions. Visualize this assembly, this gathering. It is massive, all high frequency. The light will continue to expand and it will continue to intensify. And the darkness shall retreat. We call upon all of the galactics, all the off-worlders, many, many, many civilizations and species. They're just in this sector, this quadrant of the galaxy, and this solar system, and the rim of the Milky Way galaxy. Over 1,000 of these civilizations and species move through this space. And we're only familiar with a fraction of them. The Adians, Syrians, Andromedans, Arcturians, Zeta Reticuli, we have the Greys, Dracos, we have the Nords, we have the Golden Pyramid, we have the Avian. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude and are consciously aware of this, join us in this gathering, in this meditation, this forming of the circle of light in this now. Now, they've been with us and assisting us with our evolution, with our enlightenment, with our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they come in the billions. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this gathering, in this meditation, in this now, in this forming of the circle of light. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this gathering, this forming of the circle of light. Now, they come in the trillions, and they're consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. Just to name a few of them, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trolls, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur. Many, many, many more. They come in color, shape, sizes, forms, configurations, of which many we've never even seen before. So we're all assembled. Gigaplexes fill one universe, one gigaplex. These light energy beings come from trillions. They come in trillions of gigaplexes. So we're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, our gods together. And we're all in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace. Tranquility and benevolence. And we are all one and we are all God, pure consciousness. We are all love. And our God-like energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. Now, all of us are formed arm in arm, hand in hand, and this massive circle of light forms the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia Arya. And we all begin to ascend. There is nothing but light as we ascend. Everywhere. You cannot find a speck of darkness in frequencies. There is only the light. And as we continue to ascend above this planet, we move into a gossamer field. This field is filled with trillions of reflective colored light, highly vibrant and radiant. And as we continue to ascend, we come into contact with emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column that reminds us that we are the power of healing. We then are met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column that reminds us of our power, our strength, and our resolve. We also come in contact with the white fire. This is a pillar that reminds us that we have the armor of the God, the pure consciousness. This is a white fire armor. It protects us 24/7, eternally, with the highest of the deepest eternal love and gratitude vibrational frequencies. Now, only you can choose. If you choose and you allow yourself to go into lower dark matter frequencies or lower survival matter frequencies deeply enough, you will diminish your armor, your white fire. In the event that this does take place, we are also met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column that reminds us that if our choosing allows our white fire to diminish long enough to allow these lower dark matter frequencies in, we can use our purple transmuting flame, transmute all of these lower frequencies into neutral light substance, send it back to pure consciousness, where it is no more. We're also met with the violet ray. This is a column that reminds us that we can bring the violet ray in behind the purple transmuting flame, and we can purify and harmonize and cleanse that area that those low frequencies were in, therefore restoring our white fire armor to its normal, regular glory of the highest, deepest, eternal love and gratitude. Now we're also met with the golden white pink light. This is a column that reminds us of what we are. The highest of the highest high frequencies, deep eternal love, gratitude, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. This is the golden white pink light. We were made from this frequency of deep eternal love. And you see it everywhere. It is a reminder, always, in sunsets on this planet, in sunrises, reflections, and rainbows. It is you are reminded always of who and what you are. You are the deep eternal love and gratitude of the highest high frequencies. You were created from pure consciousness. as we continue to ascend, some of us carrying physical forms step outside of our bodies and very, very effortlessly float above our bodies. Now we look up and we see this massive column that we've created. It's larger than the solar system. This column, we designed it so it is opaque, it is almost clear, but yet it has trillions of reflective colors, prism-like, emanating from it. It's like a trillion rainbows of every color possible and beyond. And then at the top, we designed it so that the Golden Ocean can cascade 360 degrees down and flood everything, everything and everything. And the Golden Ocean is of the highest high of the deepest eternal love and gratitude. And it floods us all, floods everything. Bathes us, saturates us of that of which we are. And each of us are drops of that Golden Ocean, and each of us hold the essence of that ocean. We hold the essence of deep eternal love. We hold the essence of deep eternal gratitude. We hold the essence of bliss and joy and peace. We hold the essence of abundance, prosperity, immortality. We hold the essence of that of which we are and that of which we were created out of. And we look a little bit over and we see our meditative sphere. We created this sphere well over 2 years ago. It houses well over 800 meditations, and they're all in perpetual motion. This sphere exudes deep eternal love frequencies, deep eternal gratitude frequencies, peace and joy and bliss, tranquility and benevolence. And every day, with the gigaplexes of us, the trillions and billions of us gathered at this meditation, are continually intensifying it, and it is continually expanding. And this is why it can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it floods us. We are the light. We have arrived. Every second, another one of us awakens. We are the light. We have arrived. This is the ascension of dark into light. We are the light. We have arrived. And this continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. And don't think for a minute that this is not real, that this isn't going to happen, because it is. Dismiss your ego minds and embrace the gods that you have always been and always will be, of deep eternal love and gratitude. And that is with everyone on this planet, in it, above it, and below it. All life, the highest value in the universe. And we all continue to intensify with our light, and we all continue to expand with our light. And we continue to transform this planet into a paradise, a planet of deep eternal love and gratitude, a God planet. I will join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. slowly. Move slowly. Be in your own essence. Be in your love, your joy, your peace, your bliss. Expand with it. You are the light. And the dark no longer has hold on this space. You are the change and the transition. You are the love and the peace. You are the power. You are the God, pure consciousness. And we are all here to celebrate this transition. Because it has been created from the highest of the highest high of deep eternal love and gratitude. Take this with you the rest of the day, into the evening and night, into the following morning. And we continue to intensify, and we continue to expand. We'll be back here Tuesday, June 6, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation calls.